Hello, guys. So I was wondering, how was y'all's weekend? One thing. Second thing, I found out a way to distract my money-loving brother. So I live with my family, yes, obviously. My little brother wouldn't leave me alone. I was trying to count my money, and he wouldn't leave me alone. I kept on telling him to go away, be quiet at least, but he wouldn't listen. So finally, I asked him, I told him, come here, I have some money to give you. Since I had $2.07 extra cents, I got the 7 extra cents to him. He asked me if he could put it in both of his banks, and I told him no, just one. And then I just gave him an extra thing that was a token. And he was wanting to put it inside of his piggy bank. Thank you guys for watching this video. And let me get to a story, alright? I have a little story that I made. Okay, so whomever you want this to be, I don't care whomever you want it to be, ended up being a roommate with Hawks. So, when Hawks was leaving, she said goodbye. Well, actually, see you later, but whichever way you want it to go. So, her quirk is actually like Hawks's, but also different. Her quirk lets her turn into any animal, but the main thing that she uses, without Hawks even knowing, is wings. Hawks didn't know she had wings. So, she's a class 1A student. And she was rooming with Hawks for her internship. When he left, she said, "Dang it, I have to scratch my wings." And then finally pulled out her wings and started scratching. He forgot his keys, which she didn't even notice that he forgot, and was scratching, getting into the scratching, and the scratching was near her sensitive part of the wings, which is always the baseline of the wings. Hold on. Right there. The baseline of the wings are always the most sensitive part. Hawks ended up walking in on accident and saw her scratching wings. He thought that she was trying to pet those wings. She realized that someone came in and then started looking over. Saw Hawks, and he started closing in on her. She backed up to the wall and couldn't back up any farther. Let's skip ahead from what happens. But let me tell you a little bit of the thing. Of what he's gonna say. So, you want to be called Baby Bird now, huh? You seem like you really want to have been called Baby Bird since the beginning. After all, you just put on wings. And it looks like you want to be called Baby Bird with how much you're blushing. Now skipping forward, the next day is the day that she returns. She returns, but Hawks had followed her. She was annoyed. She kept on telling him to bug off, to beat it, but he didn't. He didn't listen. When she finally got to class, Hawks asked her to introduce him. She said no, and then all of a sudden, he pushed her from behind. And she said, "Dang it, Hawks." They all looked at her with confusion. And, well, she already told Mr. Aizawa about what happened. Everyone was looking towards Hawks. Of all people, looking towards Hawks instead of Emily. I wanted to call her Emily, by the way, but towards her. Surprisingly, Aizawa wrapped him up in the scarf and then threw him out of the classroom and said, "I'll be right back, students." He talked with Hawks, saying, "If you even dare hurt or even touch any of my students ever again, you will pay, Hawks," is what he said. With everything going on, it was very confusing. Well, Hawks said, "Well, what about the agreement?" So Aizawa said, "Fine, but only if you don't get partnered up or even go against her. Deal," he said. Aizawa mumbled under his breath, "Because you would be the one getting hurt, not her." Hawks said, "So, who are you saying? What are you saying?" "Oh, nothing," Aizawa said. Izuku Midoriya was talking to her when Hawks walked back in, and then decided to touch her and uncover her eye, the eye that she always had covered. No one expected this, and no one expected what she would do if that ever happened. As soon as that happened, she started growling, her teeth snarling. She finally showed her teeth, but not in the right way. She was angry, very, very angry. She started snarling at him, and snarling. She wouldn't stop. Her eye turned into a line, the right eye. "How am I supposed to deal with this?" she said.